A few weeks ago I reacted to viral plant TikTok and I had such a good time making that video. I really love looking at other people and see what they do with this hobby, and it really inspired me and it really kickstarted some thought processes. So I would like to do more of that. And you guys seem to have really enjoyed that video as well. So here we are back with part 2. Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We're back with another reaction video. We're back on TikTok and hopefully we'll find some really nice plants. I'm really after quality over quantity, so let's see if my algorithm has been refined since the last time, and yeah, let's just find out what TikTok has to offer. Alrighty, I went on viral plants on TikTok. I just scroll and I randomly click on the first thing. Okay, I'm gonna try and not talk while the video is playing because otherwise we're gonna have some copyright issues as well. I really love that green velvet over there. I think that is such a standout and reconfirms to me that I should definitely get a green velvet again because mine died in the garden and I'm now having success with the variegated version with the fried eggs, so surely I can make the non-variegated version thrive. Oh, hello, thanks for joining us. I mean, that plant looks unreal, but honestly, Caladiums are just so unreal. Apparently it's called Florida Sweetheart, if anybody wants to search for it. Very much like that, and that reminds me that I actually wanted to grow Caladiums this season and I fully forgot about it. I suppose I had a lot on this year, so I kind of forgot about that. Not a bad thing. I think I need to have less plants, not more.
What is going on, everybody? London here, back with another video. This took place I would say about 10 o'clock this morning. Just wanted to show y'all how things look in my apartment. This is the literally raw footage. I had woke up. This is it.
That looked amazing. I am so jealous of these windows. Wow, imagine what I could do if I had those windows. I think I really enjoy this. I personally would probably want to declutter a little bit. I do think when growing indoors, quality over quantity. And the other negative relying on natural light is that you usually get to see the backside of the plant. I like to put my plants on a wall and then provide light via grow light so I get to see the beautiful plants. I feel like I'm very minimalist compared to this. But I very much appreciate the effort. I appreciate the aesthetic. It's just not mine, if you know what I mean. I don't hate it, but it looked a little bit AI, you know, like the video. Maybe it's just like cinematic effect or something like that, but I do know this plant exists. I actually saw it in Thailand. Really well grown over here, so I don't mind that. And I'm warming up to the pink variegation. I mean, everybody really is obsessed with pink variegation. I'm getting there, guys.
This is a real find.
Just buy it. You don't have to rationalize everything.
All right, I will buy it. It'll be good for the economy. But this is a real find.
I think this is actually a really nice begonia too. If I would see one, if I get a real find like that, I would probably pick it up again. I thought the texture looked incredible and it's super neon. no plant content, but that was impressive. Damn, pass. This one is nice. I really like this, that continuous shingling and continuous increase. Yeah, so I don't think many people know Paz actually, because she stopped posting, unfortunately. But you guys probably know that I go to Brisbane quite frequently, and every time I'm in Brisbane I catch up with her. So Paz and I both started this moss pod journey kind of together, and we met on Instagram, and that was really early days, like I think 2018 or 2019. Let's just say 6 years. And at the beginning we would exchange a lot of thoughts and plants, and we'd send each other plants as well and so on. And we would also do like internal competitions. We get the same plant, we put it on a moss pot, and then we see who can grow the plant faster and so on. So definitely one of those instrumental people in my plant journey, and it was really nice to have somebody who's at the same stage in their collection, looking for the same plants, has the same sense of aesthetic, wants to achieve the same sort of things, that you can kind of bounce things off of, that can help you stay motivated and can keep the hobby fun. Now, she unfortunately kind of stopped posting a lot because she got a new job and she's like, you know, really busy with that, but we still chat all the time. So that's really nice. It's good to see her content pop up over here. I mean, she posted in 2024, but it's a timeless, like all of her moss pods, timeless classics. A piece of garlic bread just landed in my garden from this bird. I was like, it is raining garlic bread. Sorry, while I was distracted by the garlic bread, another video of Paz's, her name is not actually Paz, but that's her online name. Anyway, another one of her videos popped up, so let's have a look at that. Yeah, I mean, she just has crazy moss poles. But I feel like Paz was always more successful with all of the glossy philodendron, and I was just really into the velvets. Yeah. I wonder if she knows how viral she is on TikTok. She probably doesn't even log in anymore. How boring would it look if it wasn't for the plants, right? I mean, it is a lot of plants, again, for my personal liking, a little too much. I feel like most of the plants kind of get a little bit lost in the abyss, but I can still appreciate the aesthetic. I just wouldn't necessarily replicate it myself, but I really like the dark backdrop as well, and it just transformed this whole space instantly. Interestingly enough, this video again was from 2022, so it seems that TikTok is really recommending old videos to me. Maybe nobody's uploading TikToks anymore. I don't know. Definitely my TikToks aren't performing nowhere near as well as they did in 23, 24 and so on. So maybe Plant Talk is dead. That's a beautiful elbow. Yes, this is Samantha again. We already reacted to her in the last episode, and she actually reached out to me on the back of it, and she was really happy I featured her, and I'm really happy that you're popping up on my feed yet again. I actually think this looks really good. I like how they did the little accent with the paint, and see how over here you can still see a little bit of wall, like it's not cluttered. There's still a decent amount of plants here, but each plant has a little bit of room to breathe, not just physically, I mean just aesthetically as well, right? Like it's not all just cluttered. As opposed to you paint a feature wall so you can still see a little bit of the wall as well. Well, I really like this.
Life does not. Oh my God.
I mean, that's a really, really lucky find. I love that for them. Now, actually, I get that asked quite frequently. People send me photos of like, hey, I just found this. I think this is called sport variegation, which is basically just a random mutation. I mean, most variegation is random, or at least at some stage was random and then was selected for. I think it's always worthwhile picking one of those up and hoping for it to continue, but I always go into it with like the expectation that the variegation won't be stable and won't continue. It might just be one odd leaf, and then if it does show in subsequent leaves, then it's a positive surprise. Definitely wouldn't go in there expecting it to sell for an arm and a leg, or like that you found a crazy unicorn and now you are rich, right? Because it happens, right? I even had a Milano leaf the other day that showed like a significant chunk of variegation, and I've grown that plant for 5 years and that has never happened before, and it will probably never happen again. It was just this one random leaf in just one little section. Could I select for it? I don't think so. I don't think that's kind of how it works, but it's a lucky find and it kind of keeps the hobby interesting. I'm not trying to like rain on anybody's parade. It's a great find, and I would definitely also purchase this plant if I would see it. I would just keep my expectations really low.
She's even outgrown her trellis now, so I'm either going to have to give her her first chop or figure out how to stack another trellis on top of this one. But I did say that I would give her a chop once she got to be as big as Gina, and she's pretty near there, so maybe it's time. And there's not much new going on with my girl Penelope, and I was actually concerned at first because I thought her newest leaf didn't have any variegation on it. Like I thought it was reverting back to just being all green, but when I looked really close, there are a few areas that have like some speckled variegation going on still. And I'm actually starting to notice a pattern with her. Like the leaves that come out from the left side of the stem are much more variegated than the leaves that come out from the right side of the stem. Like this is the leaf she pushed out before that one, so that's pretty interesting and cool. But that's pretty much it for the updates on the Princess Peas.
What I really want to point out in this video over here is that when you first see these plants as they are right now, they look pretty perfect. You don't really see the imperfections. It's really only when we go a little bit closer we see the brown edges and the browning of the variegation and so on. And that is obviously totally fine. The reason I'm mentioning it is because people look at my plants and think my plants are so perfect and don't have yellow edges and don't have brown spots and so on. They do, you're just viewing it on a teeny tiny device. So you can't really see it, and or your brain isn't focusing on it. Whereas if you'd walk through my collection in person, there's lots of yellow leaves. I think it's just a good reminder, and it goes with everything. It's not just with plants, it's with like people's faces, people's bodies, everything. Like of course Instagram is glorifying everything, or social media, TikTok is glorifying everything. But it's not just Instagram and people purposely doing it. I think it's also our perception, right? We're usually more self-critical with ourselves and our plants than we are with others. Okay, that's cute. Like, they end up looking like jellyfish. It's almost like one of those things that you hang over a child's bed, right? Not at all my aesthetic. I would probably not hang this anywhere in my house, but I love it, if you know what I mean.
I spent over a year looking for this rare Queensland bottle tree, so let's finally give it a home.
I love this. I mean, I don't really fancy the plant. I don't think I even really looked at the plant in that video. That's not really my focus. What I love about this is that Eric looked for this plant for 1 year, which to me shows that, well, he really wanted that plant, and obviously seems to not be readily available, but it's not about that instant gratification, like I must buy a plant and fill my house with as many plants as possible right now. It's about being really selective, and he obviously has a specific aesthetic goal in mind, and he is patient enough to wait until he can realize his full vision rather than just aim for something else instead, you know what I mean? So I appreciate the long-term vision here. I appreciate the aesthetically pleasing pot, and I really enjoyed this part. Hang on. Yeah, I really enjoyed the effort of top dressing. Yes, top dressing the pot with the pebbles and then the moss as well, creating a bit of a landscape. Somebody else in the last video did that really well as well with the top dressing of moss and just creating artworks and statement pieces rather than just hundreds of pots. I'm definitely, compared to him, I'm definitely more quantity over quality. He's like the definition of quality over quantity. I really enjoy that, and I find that very inspiring.
Do you know how big alocasias are in nature?
Holy moly. We had a similar video the other day, so yes, we know that they can get really big, but this is still crazy to me.
Folks call it God's rainbow, a plant so colorful it turns any garden into pure art. It doesn't mind strong sun or snow. This beauty thrives in any condition. Looks stunning in pots or by your front door, and
I mean, this is like super crazy AI, but even if this was real, that is not very stunning. It actually looks really kitsch.
When people call you extra, just look them in their face and say, am I extra or are you basic?
Oh.
Be a blessing. When people call you extra.
Okay, the amount of hanging plants, definitely extra. I love the attitude, I love the commitment to all of the hanging plants. Good on you. But again, personally for me, a little bit too much.
So when I moved into this loft, I put up 18 different containers and originally put up 18 different varietals of pothos and philodendron, but they legitimately all look the same. So when I moved into this loft,
I love the self-awareness, because I was about to say, I feel like a little bit of variety would have done better. She misses some of those neon pothos that Passim's growing so well. I think that would look stunning, like a nice pop of neon in there. In case you're interested, Brett is munching his cat grass. And while we're off topic, maybe you have noticed my t-shirt and my hat. I actually just received some merch samples. I've been on the journey of kind of thinking about merch for years, and I've worked with other companies before that sent me samples, and I was never happy with any of the samples. So they just arrived, gonna stress test them a little bit, you know, they gotta go through the wash and so on. But I wanna choose only embroidered merch, nothing printed, because from experience the print just does not last when you wash it. Maybe I'm doing the laundry wrong, to be honest, but I don't care. I find embroidery just nicer. And yeah, anyway, just a little sneak peek. I might be wearing some of my merch here and there in videos just to actually stress test it, and you know, why not? But it's not ready for sale yet, but I'm very much working on it. So if you're keen on that, let me know in the comments down below so I know that I'm on the right track. Also, let me know what sort of items would you want to see. Obviously, I'm very much limited by what the company offers, but obviously like shirts, jumpers, hats. I very much wanted hats, like embroidered hats like this. That was my #1 goal. Because I really want to release merch that I would want to wear myself as well. I think I also got it in the #2 small. This is small, I should really go for medium, but I ordered like all these different sizes, so I can have an idea. Anyway, bottom line, working on merch, really excited, hoping for quality over quantity with my merch as well, yep. But because everything is done on demand, I actually have the ability to have a lot of products available. So if you want something specific, I can make that work, I think. Again, within the limitations. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am about it. I think it's about time.
If you want this, let's start here. I went to Home Depot yesterday and to my surprise they had Manjulas in 4-inch pots, so I thought it'd be fun to do like a little series. So if you want to join in and go get a Manjula, I would definitely check out Home Depot or Lowe's. $8 a little 4-inch pot. Why did I spend money on another plant when I could have just taken cuttings off of Big Bertha? It's because I want to do this with you. I want to do this together, and I want to show you that if we take this, we can grow it into a big plant. So I hope you follow along, go get yourself a Manjula, and let's see how much growth we can do with this thing in the next coming months. So here's to day one. This is the current state of the plant, fresh from Home Depot. This is what we're working with. Follow along and let's turn this into a monster.
That was it. I was waiting for the journey. Maybe I have like really high standards because I suppose that's what I do. Oh my god. You guys got it so good with me, I have to say. Like, I never just give you day one. I give you day one all the way to year one in one video. But anyway, she grabbed my attention with that really, really lush Manjula at the beginning. I really enjoy that. I think it actually looks really good as a trailing plant.
Love, 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 love. Cheers. Love, 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 love.
I don't think I could sleep with a shelf over my head. There's something about it, I'm just nervous.
Okay, so update on how much bigger she's gotten since I made that other video.
Wow. That's pretty good.
I think she's now past 7.5 feet, almost reached 8 feet, honestly. I don't know, but Girlie's grown. Just watered her, so she's super happy.
Okay, going on a little rant. Love this, actually. Americans, please explain to me why you're the only country in the world that has the desire to measure in body parts. Like, why measure in feet? You know, you walk on feet, you don't measure in feet. There's already like a universally acknowledged unit of measurement, which is meter. Can we just all get on the same page? Anyway, rant over. I love this for a few reasons. It's a trailing plant, but the leaves are actually quite decent size, so she's definitely giving that plant plenty of light, which is good. And when she makes that comment about the feet, that just triggered me. It reminded me of people that go online, they're like, oh my god, I have the longest pothos in the world, and then they proceed to showing you this leafless vine that trails for 5 meters before there's like 7 leaves at the end of it. I don't find it very impressive to have a 7-meter long leafless vine, you know, like the plant is just desperately looking for light. That's not really impressive. This is impressive. I like this. So good on you, Fiona.
If this is your vibe,
yes, it's my vibe.
I want to be friends.
Yes, let's be friends. Well, luckily, Growing Grounds, AJ and I are already besties anyway, so... Oh, look, she has her Caladiums there as well. Oh, it's nice to see my friend feature on here.
Some people won't believe me when I say I don't have to use moss pole to make my plants big. I mean, it's really unbelievable, but I think it's real. Does this look real to you? But yeah, you can definitely achieve big leaves on your plants. Just make your plants feel supported, but not that kind of support. What I mean is keep it attached to the stake as it grows, so it will always feel supported, like this.
I 100% believe you, but did you also see how you needed to velcro every single node to that stake? Because the plant doesn't naturally want to grow up that stake, right? So with a moss pole, you don't need to do that. The plant naturally grows into the moss pole because that's how the plant wants to grow. And then with that attachment, you also end up getting propagation benefits. So over here, if you ever want to chop the plant because it gets too tall or too leggy or whatever, you know, you need to basically propagate the plant and then replant it. Whereas if you grow it up a moss pole, the plant is perpetually air layered. But no, you don't need a moss pole to mature your plant. Ultimately, the conditions is what really matters when you want to mature a plant. And I'm assuming he would have really, really good conditions in his greenhouse. All of the plants looked amazing, like absolutely. Look at even that pink princess over there. Like that is a really well-grown pink princess, continuous leaf increase. So I really, really enjoy this. I just personally don't enjoy a journey of lots of setbacks. I enjoy my journey with the moss pulse and how I don't go through this whole propagation journey over and over again. Propagation's already been done. But yeah, 100% correct.
You and your bald-headed pothos, come to the front. I ain't gonna hurt your feelings. I'm just tired of seeing y'all bald-headed pothos.
Me too.
Is my pothos bald-headed?
That is exactly what I was talking about just earlier. Oh my god, my phone listens to me. They all look really, really well grown. Again, not bald-headed. I like how Paige put it, actually. That was the perfect way to explain it, like a bald one, right? Like it just has like little hair down here, but nothing up top. Really, really beautiful plants, all of them. I'm really shocked at how many trailing plants I see on TikTok. Like, I don't have that many trailing plants, and honestly, even if I would have more trailing plants, I wouldn't know where to put them, because where do you hang them from? Like, as a renter, I don't know, is nobody renting? Is everybody owning and like happy to drill into their walls? I'm not too sure, because as a renter I can't drill in the walls, and I don't have curtain rails, I don't have any of that, so I really have no space to hang any of my plants. I'm just looking inside and thinking about it. No, I couldn't hang any of my plants. I can only trail things off of a shelf, for example, but I mean, that plant would be too large for a shelf, surely, I don't know. Yeah, but I really like it. Maybe one day, if I have a different house and I have a different location, I can get into trailing plants a little more. That would be cool.
Unsere riesengroße Alocasia Regal Shield wird heute mal wieder umgetopft. Hier geht es im Sphagnum unfassbar gut und auch der Standort begünstigt.
Sorry, it's in German, but these are the guys that inspired my Alocasia Friedeck in moss lacquer. So that's the method that they've been using for many, many years, and I came across them on Instagram, and I think this is one of their bigger plants.
Das extreme Wachstum. Und durch die Größe von 1,50 Meter ohne Glas ist sie natürlich auch nicht wirklich leicht. Wir haben uns ein neues Glas der gleichen Größe genommen und erstmal Filzpads aufgeklebt. Aktuell haben wir keine größeren Gläser, also wollten wir wenigstens das Moos austauschen, denn erfahrungsgemäß bekommen Pflanzen danach einen richtigen Wachstumsschub. Wir haben die Pflanzmatte ausgebreitet und dann wurde es auch schon ernst. Sehr ernst. Nur mit viel Kraft konnten wir die Pflanze rausziehen.
Too much food content for my liking.
Als das dann erledigt war, konnten wir uns die Wurzeln anschauen und die sehen super aus. Die Pflanze ist echt unfassbar stark geworden, wenn man bedenkt, dass sie vor 12 Monaten noch genau so aussah. Direkt unter der Moosoberfläche waren unzählige Knollen, die wir alle im Glas gelassen haben. Die darf die Alocasia gern behalten. Wir haben sie dann in das mit Blähton und Moos vorbereitete Glas gesetzt, noch ein Blatt abgeschnitten, das etwas hing und schlapp war, und sie oben wieder mit Moos aufgefüllt. Hier sieht man nochmal schön die Wurzeln. Wie immer nach dem Umtopfen fluten wir das Glas, sodass sich das Moos vollsaugt und die Pflanze stabilisiert. Nach dem Abgießen haben wir das Monster wieder zurück an ihren Platz gestellt und sie darf gern noch weiter wachsen. Unsere riesengroße
I love this. First things first, they're Germans living in Germany, so I know they don't have the best conditions available, yet they have, and they have lots, like you should definitely check out their channel, Plants Decor and DIY. They also do moss pots really well. In general, they grow tropical plants really, really well despite living in Germany. People always trying to gaslight me into saying that, you know, you only have good plants because you live in Sydney. They're not really appreciating the effort that I put into the plants. They're just purely giving credit to my location, which is rude. But when we're growing inside, our conditions are more likely similar than they are different, right? Because in summer, when it's really hot over here, like 40 degrees, which you probably won't get in Germany, I cool down the inside of my house. In winter, I heat the inside of my house, right? So at the end of the day, the indoor conditions are usually around about 20 degrees because that's what we as humans appreciate. Wouldn't be any different in Germany, right? They have great light over here as well, huge windows. So anyway, and this is not the only German account I follow. I follow a bunch of German accounts, and a lot of German accounts have great success with growing tropical plants. Oh my god, more garlic bread. Are you for real? What the fuck? That's a huge crow. Yes, darling, you can't get there. Sorry, we're way too high up. Anyway, little rant over. All I'm trying to say is, like, if you have... Yes. All I'm saying is, like, it's not impossible to grow amazing tropical plants even if you live in a colder climate like Germany, right? Anyway, that's beyond the point. They have some of the most amazing plants, and I'm I find their account very inspiring because they're very, at least to me, maybe they also copy somebody, but to me they have really innovative ideas with the alocasias, but also when it comes to watering moss poles, they just have little glasses on top of each moss pole, like permanently. And I really appreciate the aesthetic. They're also aiming for quality over quantity from what I've seen so far. So I really, really, really enjoy those guys.
Do you believe that my client has been growing this plant for 3 years? And obviously with all of the sparse spots, we decided that it would be best if she cut it down. So today I am giving it a big chop, and as heartbreaking as this is, it needs to be done.
Thank you for your service. This hurts me. Like, looking at this hurts me. I don't know how people are so afraid of cutting their plant. Like, they rather put 7 hooks into their wall to string this empty vine along the wall than just cutting the plant. That actually reminds me, I saw a video from another German account, Henny, Pflanzenfaddy, the other day, where he had a really leggy pothos and he did something cool. He just took the whole thing. He did not chop it. He just took the whole thing and buried, I never know how to pronounce that word, and just twisted all of the stems within the pot and then topped it up with mix, and then it just sprouts from the pot. And guess what? I was inspired by that video and I'm just looking at it. I did the exact same thing with my Adansonii and it's just growing its first leaf. And of course I'm going to do a full video on this, but yes, this bold pothos kind of problem, I've got a full video coming for you guys. Okay, I need to stop talking about pothos because every video is now a bold pothos.
Does this plant look dead?
I don't want bold pothos. I want amazing plants.
Number one secret to growing my plants this long is cutting them.
Good girl.
I think a lot of people
okay,
assume
but
that
I
you
need to stop interacting with trailing plant content because I'm getting bored of it. I love this little terrarium. I love that little carnivorous plant in there. That's really cool. I know him as well. Root, Leaf and Petal on Instagram. I really dislike how the Antisocial Plant Club over here is taking Instagram videos and uploading them to TikTok. I mean, they are giving credit, but I don't know, why don't you just grow your own plant? But I know his content, or I've seen his content around, and I really, really appreciate that. I think that looks cool. And it's a really nice looking greenhouse as well.
Okay, so y'all really need to see this. My Antheria magnifica,
I think we broke the pothos algorithm. Now we're talking.
is literally pushing out the biggest Antheria leaf I have ever grown. He's not even hardened off yet and he's already the biggest leaf in the house. And if you want to know why he's stretching and facing the wrong direction, his light is blocked by so many plants that he needs to extend past them to try to get light from not only that window but the 2 other windows in the room. He's been turning gradually every day, but I'm gonna need to step in because I need him facing the direction I want him to face. It's a risk for sure, but it hasn't hardened off yet, so it's still very malleable. I turned him ever so slightly with the use of a 10-foot pole. I'm gonna give him to the evening to adjust, and then tonight I'm gonna turn him a little bit more. And I think by tomorrow evening I should have him where I want him. I'll be sure to keep you updated. Okay, so y'all really...
I love this. Okay, Dana, we need to check out Dana because I think Dana has good taste. Wow. Actually, I grow one of those and I haven't really seen a mature plant, right? I also didn't Google, to be honest. I love this. The vining. Proving my point I was trying to make earlier. I love how my phone is listening to me. Okay, we need to check out Brit because Brit keeps coming up, but Brit shows me a lot of pothos. If you infiltrate my algorithm again, Brit,
This was the plant that started it all for me, and honestly the first velvet leaf anthurium that I had ever seen sold in big box stores, which is why I'm really excited that Proven Winners Leaf Joy sent me some what I think to be more dark block anthurium
No, I want to
hybrids
see that original one. Did she just have that in a Kokedama bowl and then in like a tray? Because that looked really cool. Even though I don't like the Kokedama things. But that look cool. Where can I see this? Here. So she just grows all of her anthuriums in the Kokedama bowl. I like the idea, and then having it on like a really aesthetically pleasing tray. Where can I find? Here.
I accidentally manifested the biggest opportunity in my career through one plant that I went to 35 stores to find. So story time. Late last year.
No, I want to hear about your anthurium. Here we go.
So someone recently asked, have I ever had Kokedama fail? And I love that question because I think it's important to talk about some of the realistic situations that can happen with your Kokedama. And today I'll be putting my Anthurium Luxury Jungle in Kokedama because, as you know, it's the only way I can keep anthuriums alive in my home. And if you're new here, ever since I tried my first Anthurium Kokedama, it has been the only thing that has worked, especially after a lot of failed attempts.
Hang on.
It has been the only thing.
Hang on.
And if you're new here, ever since...
excuse me, and then you put it in this beautiful wooden tray in the back. Okay, I have got to try this. Alright, I need to follow Britt. I don't want to go through the whole tutorial today because today is really more about getting inspired, but that's what she just did to me, right? I want to try this real bad. I think that looks so cool. Imagine in the center of a dining table, instead of having a big pot there, you just have the Kokedama bowl and then on like a beautiful tray. Oh, this is exciting actually. That is what I was after. But I feel like my algorithm is going in the wrong direction over here. Too much trailing, too much pothos. I don't want to search for moss pole because I feel like I already do moss poles quite well. I'm not looking for inspiration on moss poles. I'm not really looking for inspiration on plants to grow on moss poles. I want to broaden my thinking a little bit and find something different. So maybe we just search for house plants. Keep it real simple and we just go through a few and then I think it's time to wrap it up. Again, they stole, okay, this is again just reposted. It's actually from Les Mille et une Plante. So it sounds French to me. Here you go. I love this. I love this big anthurium in the middle. I wonder if this is also a villa. Did you guys see the bird? I wonder if this is also a villa. I don't think you got to see the bird. But I love the big anthurium. But overall, such a massive glow up. Stop playing the freaking music. Oh my god, stop. Okay, we can't really see it in frame properly and there's too much copyright music in the background, but that looked so much better. I never understood when people put like grow tents or these like temporary things in their house. I get it. It's a great way of providing your plants with good conditions, but to me that's like a garage setup, you know what I mean? If you just need to grow out some stock for whatever reason you don't want to see it, chuck a tent in your garage, put the plants in there, happy days. To me, the idea is more about integrating my plants into my interior design, not create an ugly corner with a tent just for my plants to survive, if you know what I mean. But I suppose people have different goals, but I really enjoy that glow up over here. Bloody pass again. She's infiltrating my algorithm now.
Unpopular opinion, I like propagating plants more than I like caring for them. My first plant over 10 years ago was a succulent, and I was forever taking the leaves off to propagate them into more plants. As it turns out, I don't like watering and repotting my plants. What I do love about houseplant ownership is seeing new growth. And that is what led me to the wonderful world of tissue culture. Tissue culture is just propagation on hard mode. I will admit, I will spend hours on tissue culture, yet I will forget to water my monstera. So, as it turns out, I am more of a plant propagator than a plant parent. And
Good on her. Yeah, that's definitely like a different type of plant parent, right? I always say I see myself as a plant grower, not a plant collector. But then other people just want to collect all the DNA, are afraid of propagating, and aren't very successful in growing their plants either, necessarily, right? So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how you want to run this hobby, as long as you enjoy it. There's no right or wrong way. So I really love that she kind of understood what works for her and what doesn't work for her, and she's not feeling bad about it, as you shouldn't, you know what I mean? Okay, I don't care about the plant. I just want that cupboard under my stairs, please. Thank you. That's a well-grown cerium. How the hell? How did you grow it so large without spider mite infestations killing it? I've never seen a bigger spider mite magnet than this plant.
If you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna go ask for a glass of milk.
Okay. If you don't want to use moss poles, fair enough, because I know they're a lot of work and we already established that you don't need them to mature your plant. But at least use nice wooden sticks like in this video over here. They're not fully, actually that's how I started as well. I used to go to the beach, look for a bit of driftwood, and then I would use that to let my plants kind of climb on it. And then it looks very structural, very sculptural, you know, like it looks good. I hate it when you just use this really cheap piece of bamboo stick and then you velcro your plant to it. It just looks so bad. You know, I mean, moss pots aren't that pretty, but at least moss pots offer functionality. What's the point in having an ugly support that also has no functionality? At least go for a pretty one that doesn't have functionality, no? I like this. Like that stick in itself, I would just look at the stick. Honestly, I don't even need the plant. This sort of like bottom watering plants content seems to be very popular on TikTok. I feel like every third video I skipped all of them. I didn't react to them because what am I reacting to? But this seems to be super popular on TikTok. Okay, honestly, it is now just repeating all of the videos. I probably should have not changed the hashtag. But I think every video that I've reacted to was shown to me again, and I think every video that I reacted to last episode was also shown to me again that I just skipped. So I'm not feeling super inspired by TikTok anymore, which probably means that we should wrap it up. There was definitely some cool things I saw today. I think especially the Kokedama thing is intriguing to me, which is weird because I used to hate the Kokedama things. But I feel like if you make it look good, maybe if you combine that, maybe if you grow a little bit of moss on the outside of your Kokedama as well, so it looks better, and then you put it in that beautiful tray. Anyway, at the end of the day, I do feel slightly inspired, but I think we can still do better. The whole idea was that I react to them blindly. Like, I've not seen this content before and we just look at it together and then I react blindly. But maybe I need to do a little bit more research and just save a few really cool videos that I find throughout life, you know, whenever I keep scrolling. And maybe we also need to take it to Instagram and see if Instagram has a little bit more to offer. I suppose my Instagram algorithm has had plenty of time to be perfected. So maybe Instagram has better things to offer for us. So let me know if you would like to see another part of this and if you would like me to react to some viral Instagram plant content, because I really enjoy this. Brett enjoys it. We had a good day in the garden. It doesn't look hot, but today was about 30 degrees. so I think it's time for us to go inside, huh? Anyway, thanks for coming along. Give this video a thumbs up, leave a nice comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hopefully, I'll see you soon. Bye.